name's Henry.
Mowers and blowers.
Mowers and blowers.
Hey everyone, it's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good afternoon. I took the weekend off finally after over 100 consecutive videos. It's the first day off since I've had since September 3rd, which was my wife's birthday. But I've been kind of getting burned out because I've been doing videos every day. My body is just sore like every day, you know, and it just wasn't the way to go. So I took the advice of a lot of my good subscribers who told me, Henry, you really should take a day off. We'll live without a Mowers and Blowers fix for a day, you know what I mean? We could probably catch up on my older videos. I have over 1,100 videos in the past 3 years or so. Anyway, today I'm going to be working on taking apart this Kohler Courage 19 horsepower engine I got from Nick from Delco. What's interesting about this engine is it's completely blown out on the side. I'll show you. So here's the engine. It's pretty complete. Just doesn't have the air filter and the air filter cover, but Nick has it. Next time I see him, I'll pick it up. That is if he didn't throw it away yet. Has a starter and everything. Check that out. It is completely cracked, the entire rear part of here. Missing big chunks and pieces too. So this engine is DONESKI. Now what's interesting about this is that Nick tells me it ran. He says that when he got it, it was like this, right? And he hooked up power to it, sprayed some fluid into the carburetor, started it up, and it actually went vroom. It actually rotated about 5 revolutions just with the starter spray. So that makes it very interesting. What in it caused the trauma of the back part of the engine block to shatter like that? And how does it still run? If it still runs, it means that the connecting rod is probably still connected, right? And that whatever blew out the back, maybe like the, well, I don't even want to speculate, right? Would it be the balancer, you know, the little balancer it has? Maybe shattered and knocked out the back, right? But in reality, it still could spin a few revolutions, right? So that's what we're going to find out today. This weekend while I was off, I sort of was off. I was watching the NFL playoffs, right? And also I had time to not join in, but at least go and see Steve's Small Engine Saloon had a live stream with my mentor, DONYBOY73 in Canada. When I first started doing small engines about 3 or 4 years ago, before I even started a YouTube channel, one of my first snowblower videos that I looked at was DONYBOY73. DONYBOY73 has taught me everything I know about snowblowers, okay? I think the first carburetor clean on a snowblower, on a Tecumseh Snow King engine, was from DONYBOY73. So I look up to DONYBOY, and I think he's absolutely the king of small engine snowblower videos. And for me to be able to watch him doing a live, and I believe that's his first live in 13 years. He's been doing it for 13 years, right? And it was his first live ever. So, you know, doing live streams is something somewhat new to all of us. You know, I just did my first live over at Mixed Mowers for Christmas, and honestly, that was a lot of fun. I even had a test run of a live myself, and that went really good. It was completely unintended, and I had about 50 of my subscribers chime in, and we had a little bit of a chat, you know. So I think I might do a live stream sometime soon in the future. You know, I'll schedule it so we'll have more participation from subscribers. And well, look, so Steve's Small Engine Saloon. Now look, this guy, Steve, I believe he lives in Vancouver, right, Canada. He has only been doing YouTubing for about 4 years, and he has a very similar story where, you know, he also saw somebody's video and he said, oh man, that video is terrible. You know, I bet you I could do a better video than that, which he did, and had way more views than the original one. So that was his thing, is that, well, I mean, I just think I could do a better video, and then it just all stuck, you know? Same goes with me too, you know, just putting everything that I fix on videotape, right? And then uploading to YouTube and see what happens, right? You never know what'll happen. Just go ahead and put a camera on, you know, whether you're talking or you're not talking, at least that content is up there. Upload it, see if anybody wants to watch it, you know? It's very useful information for somebody else, not just yourself, for memoirs. So hats off to Steve, because Steve's only been doing it for 4 years or so. He's got about 375,000 subscribers. I mean, that's excellent progress for somebody who's been doing it for 4 years. I've been doing this for about 2.5, 3 years, right? And I only have 7,000 subscribers, you know what I mean? So he's doing something definitely correct, you know, definitely along the wave of what you're supposed to do. In retrospect, Donny Boy, who's been doing it for 13 years, he has about 250,000 subscribers. So if you look at the time that is involved with how many videos Donny Boy has made, and he's had over 1,100 or so, same as myself, right? But he has about 1,200 videos. Steve's Small Engine Saloon only has about, I think he said less than 200. So with his less than 200 videos, he has 100,000 more subscribers than Donny Boy does. So Steve's got a secret formula that really works. I'm sure he's not going to tell any of us. I'm not sure he even knows, you know, but he's been very fortunate, and you know what? Props to him for that. And also props to him for him and Donny Boy to do a live stream together for all of us to participate. And I was very excited because Donny Boy actually mentioned my name on that stream, along with Steve too, doing some shout outs for me. I really appreciate that. If you guys thought 3 years ago, when I was watching Donny Boy making those videos and me learning how to fix snowblowers from Donny Boy, I would never have imagined that 3 years from then, Donny Boy and Steve would be shouting me out on a live stream. No way would I think that would happen. But here's a small clip of what was mentioned yesterday about mowers and blowers.
Here, let's say hi to Mowers and Blowers. He says Ken is my neighbor up north in Connecticut.
Okay. Oh, Connecticut. I said Kentucky, didn't I? So did I? Okay. So there you go.
There's so much going on here.
You know what? Mowers and blowers. Say that list I went through. Just say, but I got to back up here. You guys, when I was giving the props out to everybody there, I wrote this list 15 minutes before we started this live, and it was right off the top of my head. So I know I forgot somebody on there, and Mowers and Blowers is one of them. I believe his name's Henry. I think Mowers and Blowers, his name's Henry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm getting messages on my phone here from people. From people watching.
How do they know your phone number? You won't even give me your phone number.
What's this?
You're concentrating now.
I know. Yeah. Hey, Steve.
Phone number.
Hey, Steve. I can't chew bubble gum and turn the wrench up at the same time.
Let's go, Jerry. Go! We're going to do a quick mailbag before we get started. I got this in the mail this weekend. In a previous video, I was working on that Yardman 826, where I was trying to drill out the broken bolts inside the gearbox of that impeller shaft, right? And I mentioned, man, my drill bits suck. I need new drill bits. My friend Charles Cribbs over in Vidalia, Georgia, he heard that message and he sent me some new DeWalt drill bits. I gotta tell you, this really chokes me up a little bit. You know why? Because Charles doesn't even have drill bits for himself, but he found that it was necessary for him to get me some new drill bits. That gets you right here, you know what I'm saying? I can't thank you enough, Charles, for the generosity that you have shown, you know? Honestly, thank you very much. It's very nice of you. So I'll have some drill bits here. These are nice ones too. I mean, they're definitely nicer than what I have. I mean, my drill bits are so dull you couldn't even break the skin. I'm not gonna try though. This weekend I went to see my mom. I had to go fix her roof again. I didn't put the flashing material down last time, so now I put the flashing material. It should stick pretty well. On my way back, Frank the UPS guy texted me and said that there's a weed whacker with a hedge trimmer attachment onto the weed whacker near me. On the way home from my mom's house, I stopped by to check it out. It was just a big pile of junk, okay? Like landscaping junk. Rakes, seed spreaders broken. There was a backpack blower that was in a garbage can that was in 1,000 pieces, right? I did manage to take this with me. It's a good thick tube, you know what I mean? I believe it was an Echo. And, you know, it has this thing on it, you know what I mean? This is useful. In case somebody else breaks and I could use it, or I could give it to them, or I could sell it locally, you know, for $15, $20 or something like that. This is very useful. This is in good shape, you know what I mean? So I took that from the pile. I didn't take anything else. I might have taken like a pull rope and a gas cap for the Echo. You know, you could always use those in the future too. Just what I could carry. I was driving the Mercedes, so I really couldn't pile anything in there, you know. Also, a lady has been bugging me about a lawnmower. She saw this on my Craigslist, and she says, "Oh, I'm interested in buying this. I have it listed for $150." And she's been bugging me for 3-4 days, and I'm thinking to myself, why would you want a lawnmower right now in the middle of winter? You know what I mean? But whatever. Dug it out of my shed, and I'm gonna put some gas in it, see if it starts up. And if she wants it, she could buy it. But it was kind of a pain in the ass to get it out, but I had to get it out anyway, you know? So let's get started on disassembling this engine. So as you guys saw from time lapse, removed the entire top sump cover. As you guys know, the Kohler Courages are the only engines that have the sump cover on the top. So you actually don't even have to remove the engine from your tractor if you wanted to fix the insides. So my suspicion was correct. So you can see the sump cover here. It's in good shape with the exception of some grinding right around there. And the cause of this back engine block trauma is exactly what I said. It is the synchro balancer links that have exploded basically and allowed the balancer to make trauma into the back part of the engine block. But everything else is fine. Connecting rod is attached, which is the reason why it's still turned a few revolutions. Looks like both twin cams are good. And I could use this because it has the compression release intact. I have an engine that I rebuilt a while back. I haven't tested it, but it had two twin cams in there that were just, it didn't look right, you know, and it wouldn't fit the compression release. So I have a feeling that when I try that engine out sometime in the future on a tractor with no engine, it may not start. And for me to have these parts is going to be very valuable, because I'll be able to rebuild that engine correctly with the right cams in there and the compression release. So this one right here is DONESKI for sure, because even if I did have another, even if I did have links to repair the balancer onto here, this engine block is trashed, right? So you can't use this engine block, which means you have to take apart all these parts and put them in a box or something for future application when I want to rebuild another Kohler Courage. And Nick gets a lot of these, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I have another Kohler Courage that I got from Nick Ierardi over at West Islip, and that one also has a blown block too. But maybe I could use parts from there. So I'll have a lot of Kohler Courage parts. But at least we know why this one blew. And it was amazing that this thing still ran for, you know, it still turned, you know what I mean, without the balancer connected to it. But problem is, when it was running, this part might have damaged some of the parts over here by spinning and stuff, you know. But I'm going to continue taking this apart down to the bare metal and keep the parts that I need and throw away the parts I don't. So there you go. As you guys saw in time lapse, completely dismantled this Kohler 19. Good parts though. Top shroud. Now the reason why these are good parts is because Kohler Courages are known to blow very often because of the top sump cover that goes on top. With their reputation over time, the vibration lets the sump cover bolts get loose. Once they're loose, they move upward and hit the flywheel as it's running. That's one of the main problems. Also, their valve cover gasket is cork, and it always drips out oil, and when it runs low on oil, it blows like this one.
Got the round thing here, grass isolator fan, whatever, on top. Muffler, although I don't think this muffler is that good. It rattles on the inside. This gasket looks okay. Dipstick, Cletus U dipstick. Got the posts that hold the one side of the cam. Twin cams over here with the washer and the compression release. The Kohler Courage tappets, they look like this as opposed to the Briggs ones. Got a good carburetor. This also fits Kohler commands, which is very valuable. I'll save that because I might need it. Magneto, throttle bracket, governor shaft and lever. This is the spacer between the carburetor and the engine block. Muffler gasket. This is the other post that holds the synchro balancer in place. This is the oil pump hose that routes it into the engine. Here's the oil pump itself, right? With the rod, which is, I don't know, from what I just saw, it looks a little bent. Does that look a little bent to you? May or may not use this, but it doesn't take up too much room in a box, so I'll just keep it. Here's the oil pump itself, the agitator ring gear, whatever. Starters, very useful. And here's the connecting rod, very useful for Kohler Courages, because 90% of all bursted, blown engines on a Kohler Courage is connecting rod. So here we have a good connecting rod, very valuable. However, the piston itself is DONESKI. It's badly gouged. Look at that. Look at the scoring on that. It's terrible. Surprised it still had compression. I had a difficult time pulling this out, actually. This is the Kohler Courage head. It's in good shape. Looks like it has good valves. Good lifters. Both push rods look good. And this sump cover here, it actually looks okay. With the exception of the governor. See, it's been trashed. There's a little bit of gouging around here, but if you were in a pickle and you need a sump cover, this would probably work still. It's a drain plug, voltage regulator, and while I thought in the beginning that I might be able to use the balancer, the weight, as you can see, it's broken off right there. So this is done! This is the carnage that's inside. The synchro balancer links have shattered into a million pieces. Here's the crankshaft gear. That's DONESKI too. Here's the crankshaft. While the journal looks okay here and here, the journal area for where the synchro balancer links go are rubbed inwards. See? So this crankshaft is DONESKI. Can't use it. Some head bolts here, sump bolts. Like I said, I'll keep the sump cover because it looks good. Here's a good stator, flywheel blower fan. Good flywheel. These flywheels go for about 30 bucks. So you can sell all these parts or keep them. I'm going to hold on to these for a while until I get my rebuilt Kohler Courage working right. And then if I don't need any of these parts, I'll list them on eBay for sale. But you know, I get a lot of these Kohler Courages, so if I get one with a good engine block, I could probably use all these parts and rebuild another engine. So maybe I'll hold on to this for a while. So that's it. Taking apart a Kohler Courage 19 horsepower lawn tractor engine because the synchro balancer links shattered, which allowed the balancer to move and knock out the rear part of the engine block. Which means that engine is no longer useful except for its parts. Got a lot of great parts there, and once I get another Kohler Courage blown engine that has a good engine block, I can probably rebuild one from two. So I get a lot of these. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow. That Kohler Courage engine is going to be from Nick from West Islip.
So stay tuned for another Kohler Courage engine teardown. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.